Welcome back. We're pouring the beer, we're doing final prep, wrapping this thing up. Right now, let's cut to Leo for a French culinary dish cooked on the big green egg.
Hi guys, this is Leonard Elenbaas from the Netherlands again, from Europe, the Big Green Egg headquarters from Europe. And this time we are going to prepare the next European dish. And this time we choose for the country of France, a beautiful recipe from France. What are we going to prepare? We are going to make a confit of duck. And we're going to do it with some potatoes, onions and carrots. As first, the legs of the duck, you're gonna marinate it in a half a kilo of coarse sea salt. And as you can see, I added some rosemary and some garlic and some thyme. You just cut it a little bit rough, mix it with the salt and marinate the legs for about 2 hours in the fridge. Later on, we're gonna wash it and stew it in the oil, in the fat of the duck. But first we start with the bacon and the onions. I have a skillet in the big green egg already, and here I have a big can of fat of the ducks. We're gonna add 1 spoon of fat in the skillet. It's about 180 degrees Celsius, and that is of course 360 Fahrenheit. In the fat, we're gonna add some cubes of bacon. It's about 100 grams of cubes of smoked bacon. Meanwhile, I'm going to cut the onions. You don't have to cut it really fine, just some slices of onion. First, we take the skin off. And we're gonna add the onions to the bacon. Oh, I can smell the bacon already. Okay, we're gonna slice it and we're gonna add it to the bacon. Because this dish is also with the potatoes, I already cooked the potatoes and I cooked them in some water with some salt for 20 minutes. So they're already a bit soft. And while the onion and the bacon is cooking here, we are going to add some slices of potatoes. When the onions are a little bit glazed. Oh, onions and bacon, the smell of it, that's great. So, this can bake a little bit, and now we're going to the legs of the duck. You have to clean it totally. You have to take the salt off because the salt already penetrated the ducks. So you have to wash all the salt off and the spices, otherwise it will be too salt. So I have some water here and we just wash it off in some water. And then we put it on this towel to make it nice and dry. And you see on the plate some moist of and fat of the duck came out. So it's a little bit dried. And you can already smell the garlic and the rosemary and the thyme here. So most of the salt is washed off now. And be sure that you really dry the meat properly, because you are going to add it in the fat of the duck. It has to be really nice and dry, and it's no problem if there is some rosemary and thyme and garlic still on the duck. I already preheated the Dutch oven in here, and I'm going to cut some garlic, and we're gonna add the garlic in the Dutch oven with 1 spoon of fat. Just 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, that will do. Cut it in rough pieces. Take 1 spoon of the fat of the ducks. The temperature of this big green egg is about 140 degrees Celsius. So it will take about 3 hours to confit the legs of duck in there. So of course I already prepared some legs to finish the dish. So I add some rosemary, and then we just stir it around a bit. And when you smell the garlic and the rosemary, it's a little bit fried in the oil, you can add around 1 kilo of the fat. So it's like almost half full. Then we take the legs of the duck and we're going to put it in the oil. And as I said, it will take about 3 hours to confit them, but it's never bad if it's like half an hour longer or maybe 45 minutes longer. It doesn't matter that much. So I have the legs inside, and I see there can be a little bit more fat inside. You don't have to put the lid on the Dutch oven, because now there will be also some flavor going inside the stew in the confit. So here we have the onions and the bacon. They're already glazing a little bit. Yeah, nice. So now we are going to add some slices of potatoes. I already pre-cooked them, as I told you, 20 minutes in some salted water. And we're gonna add it on top of the onions and the bacon. And because the duck has some really nice layer of fat, the skin of the duck, we're gonna put it on top of the potatoes with the skin up. And then we're gonna cook it for about 15 minutes with the skin up. As I told you, I already prepared some legs of duck, and here you can see they're already totally cooked in the fat. Look how tender this is. And we're gonna put it on top of the potatoes, and we will just wait for about 5 up to 10 minutes on 200 degrees Celsius. So the skin will be a little bit crispy. Oh, the smell of the duck is amazing, especially because of the fat. All the spices and the garlic in the fat. It has been marinated for 3 hours in there. Oh, I wish you could smell this, really. So, what's really nice, if you take some of the fat and put a spoon of this flavorful fat with the potatoes and the bacon, just pour it over the legs. We close the lid for a few minutes and the dish will be ready. It's so amazing to smell this. onions, potatoes, bacon, and confit of duck. Beautiful. I'm gonna prep my gloves already. Let's see how much time we have. I think about 10 minutes. So we have to wait a few minutes for the duck. So what should we do? France. Oh, France is also a really nice country. There was a time, I think about 15 years ago, when I was becoming a chef. I was really enthusiastic about all the food in France. So I took my car in a summer holiday, and I had a summer holiday for 4 weeks. And I was driving through France for 4 weeks. I did about 4,500 kilometers with my car, and I was trying all the restaurants on the route. Oh, it was delicious. And I can tell you, I think when I came home, I got around 10 kilos more. So I had to work out a little bit more when I came home from that trip. But really, France is a really nice country, especially when you see all the regions. Every region has his own type of cooking, his own type of herbs, what they're using, the types of meat, the types of fish. And on the coast you have all the places where they grow the oysters, and oh, it's such an amazing country. So I think, yeah, this will do, this will do. Let's see. Can have a little bit more, but I really want to show you. Yeah, I think this will do. It's time to present the confit of duck. And of course, if you want it more crispy, just leave it in there for 10-15 more minutes. But I had to make a really short movie for you guys, so unfortunately I cannot cook it any longer. But I think when you see this dish, you will be really, really happy. I will show you how tender the meat is, because you can just take all the meat off. Oh, look at this. This is amazing. Really, I have to try some. I can tell you, you will enjoy this dish. Good luck, you guys. See you soon.
Thank you, Chef Leo, for that amazing taste of Europe. I'd like to thank all of the chefs, all of the breweries, the participants, everyone that made Oktoberfest this year possible. Make sure to tune in at the top of the 4 o'clock hour to see founder Ed Fisher and the wonderful world of Oktoberfest Part 2. Right now, I'd like to do a toast. Salut, salute, prost, Opa, and in the South we say cheers, y'all. Thank you.
Happy Oktoberfest!